G'day, you're listening to the Virtual Staff Room and this is episode 42, iOS App Smackdown. Hello again and thanks for joining us here on the Virtual Staff Room. My name is Chris Betcher. I know what you're thinking, has he gone crazy? This is 2 episodes in the same week. I know this podcast is a bit sporadic, but sometimes I just record a couple of things close to each other and they're just too good to keep. So hot on the heels of the last one with the interview with Helen Otway, which I thought was great, we've also got this episode, iOS App Smackdown. And in this one, I'm joined by Deon Scanlon, Andrew Churches, Allanah King and Amanda Marrinan and myself, and we have a bit of a chat about all the different useful iOS apps, so things for iPad, iPod and even iPhone, that can be really useful in the educational context. And if you've been following the episodes, you know that we did this at the tail end of the last couple, and it was so much fun just getting together and talking about these fun apps that are really useful in school that we thought we'd do a whole episode about it. And so that's what this is, the App Smackdown. And we couldn't have got better people for it. Deon Scanlon Deon's involved in the Slide to Learn conference, which is happening here in Australia in just the next couple of weeks. Andrew Churches has just written a book about iPads in education, and Allanah and Amanda, Allannah's an ADE who recently became an ADE, and so she's really into this stuff, and Amanda does some really neat stuff with her little Year 2 kids up in Queensland. So it's a great crew to get together and talk about it. And I found out afterwards that this episode was recorded actually exactly a year from the release of the original iPad. So it was kind of fitting that we talked about this when we did. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. There are 48 different apps we go through and talk about here and recommend, and hopefully you'll find something of use in there. So without more chatter, here we go. Enjoy. G'day and welcome to the Virtual Staff Room, and today we have some wonderful people talking about some really neat iPad and iPod and iPhone apps for education. So just starting around the table here, down in the very southern part of Australia, we have Deon Scanlon. G'day, Deon.
How are we going, everybody? Introduce myself. I'm an IT coordinator and Year 7 teacher at St Aloysius Catholic College, which is a brand new college. It was only built brand new, a couple of years old now, but it started in 2009. Also one of the founding members of the Slide to Learn team, and our claim to fame, we believe, is that we held the world's first educational event focusing on the use of iPod touches in schools. And we're about in 2 weeks' time to hold the second one of those in the lovely Sunshine Coast of Queensland in Australia. So that's me.
Yeah, and you got that conference, you guys filled it up, right?
Yeah, in about 5 minutes. No, it took us about 3 days of open registrations to fill them.
Yeah, no, it's very popular. I wouldn't like to get in there myself, but it's just not going to happen this year.
Next time.
Moving around the table, flipping across to Tasman, we have the wonderful Allanah King. G'day, Allanah.
G'day. I'm an ICT facilitator, which means that I go around schools in Nelson, helping the teachers with their e-learning. I like podcasting. I haven't done it for a bit, so it's nice to be back into it. I have an iPad, belongs to the cluster, and looking forward to learning more. I had a principals meeting last week, and the joy of talking to people with money. I said, let's have an iPod Touch trial. And 2 of them put their hands up and said, yeah, okay, we'll go with that. We'll do that. Super. That's just plugging away and nothing happens, and you talk to the right people and they're into it. So I'm really looking forward to getting some iPod Touches underway and seeing the benefits of that one too.
Nice. Excellent. And just heading north from where you are, down in Nelson, up to the North Island of New Zealand, we have Andrew Churches. G'day, Andrew.
Hey, Chris. For my introduction, I'm a curriculum manager in computer studies at Kristen School in Albany and Auckland, and I've just had the privilege of sending the last draft, hopefully, to my publisher of a book on applications for iPads and iPods for education. So very timely.
Oh, now, when I asked for people to join this, I didn't realise you were doing that, so That's perfect.
Bit of blatant self-promotion never does anybody any harm.
It's not blatant self-promotion because, to be fair, we actually haven't decided on the title, so I can't blatantly self-promote it at the moment.
Fair enough. Well, that's great. I didn't realise that. So, geez, we got the Slide to Learn guy, and we've got the book about iPad apps guy. So, Allanah, you and I just go have a beer or something now. Excellent. And Amanda Marrinan reckons she's going to come and join us in a little bit as well, and she's into all this stuff as well. So, cool. Let's get started. So, I thought we'd just whip around the table here and just look at some apps that really suit education, and you can go with either the iPad or the iPod or the iPhone if you want, although I don't think iPhones are really appearing in schools that much, are they, for student use? Anyone know of iPhones?
Not as a tool for the students per se, but certainly there's a number of kids who have iPhones.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. From our perspective, the school I work at, when we were planning for year one, we actually considered iPhones as an option. Directly across the road from us is the Vodafone call centre, and we were planning on wangling a deal with them, but really it wasn't so much that we didn't want to do it from an IT perspective. It was actually school leadership just said, no way, we're putting a mobile phone in every single kid from grade 5 to 8's hand.
So I'm taking your school doesn't allow the kids to have mobile phones of their own at the school?
They're allowed to have them at school. They're allowed to access them at lunchtime. When the school opened, they were allowed to have them whenever they wanted, but it was sort of abused a little bit, so they've had the privilege removed. But there are kids who have iPhones at school some of them use them instead of an iPod Touch without a SIM card in it, and some of them use them instead of an iPod Touch with a SIM card in it, but we don't know who they are. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Don't want them to get into trouble. Yeah.
I feel very fortunate sometimes because my school actually, kids come up to IT and say, can you put my iPhone on the network, please? And we just happily do that. I think we've got something like 400 iPhones and devices on a network at the moment that are student-owned.
Yeah, right. We'll be around 300.
We have 100 kids at my school, total, full stop.
Yeah,
that's the school that you do work at, right?
Yeah, that's one day a week, yeah. Who would like to start? Any volunteers?
Pick me.
Go, Allanah, definitely.
Ladies first. There you go, Allanah. Off you go.
My utmost favourite is Sonic Pix.
Yep.
It's a paid, you can get a free version or a paid one. Digital storytelling made so easy. It's just absolutely magic. It goes on phone or iPod Touch or anything. You can use your photos for it or take new photos for it. The whole thing is made in 30 seconds. Just magic.
Yeah, I think when I spoke in that previous episode when we spoke to Rob Newbury, he that was one of his favourite apps as well, Sonic Pix.
And like the other day, we were at the swimming pool. We made a digital story down at the swimming pool. I told the kids, we'll rush back to the classroom, see who gets there first, the digital story or us.
And who won?
Oh, surprisingly enough, it won.
Yeah.
The kids just loved it, out and about, do it. Put it online, it's done. Excellent. And also for emailing home,
So you take photos, you record audio, and then it packages it up into into what? A web page or?
No, into a movie.
Okay.
Straight movie, and then when it's done, you got a choice of YouTube, email, or direct transfer.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a direct transfer. Is there an IP connection as well? I think with Sonic Pix.
Yeah, very good.
Cool. Excellent. I can see this episode is going to cost me a lot of money in apps.
New Zealand money to more. It's $4.19. Kiwi man.
Oh, downloading now.
But free just does three pictures, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's worth it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And that's one of the nice things about most of these apps is they do come with a free version, so you can dabble with them. A lot of them. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you, Allanah.
Can I follow on from that one with another while we're talking digital storytelling then?
Yeah.
I'll up your Sonic Pix and I'll raise you a Reel Director.
Oh, I love that.
Reel Director is actually a movie editing app, but I've found a great use for it in digital storytelling and animations. because you can upload images to it or movies, and you can also put a soundtrack to it from your iTunes music on your iPod, and again package it, render it as a video, and then do with it what you will. It's a brilliant app. It used to be around $6. I think it's now $2.49 on the Australian iTunes store. But being able to now with the fourth generation iPod touches and their video cameras, being able to take some video and compile all of that together with a pretty awesome soundtrack. You can also record audio like Sonic Picks as well. So if you want to do a voiceover, you can have a soundtrack and a voiceover. It's not as simple as Sonic Picks, as Allanah was saying. Sonic Picks is choose your photos, give it a bit of a narration, and you're done. This takes a little bit longer to churn out, but good example was I did it on my iPhone. We were on school camp and the kids had a surfing clinic, and I took videos of the kids surfing, and before we'd got back to the campsite where we were staying, I'd actually compiled all these things together and made a movie that the kids were able to watch of their surfing day. So brilliant app. And
the rendering takes like forever, though. That's the only thing.
That's right. Yeah, rendering takes ages. So once you've compiled it into, you're ready to go, you have to render it, and you're right, it does take a long time. The fact that we were an hour and a half on the bus to get back to our campsite gave me time to do it.
I did the same
if your
sort of
battery
thing.
lasts, yeah.
The other drawback is that you can only add one photo at a time, so that's a big drawback. But the developers are really responsive. I had a lot of communication with them last year, and and sort of said, hey, can you make it do this? Can you make it do that? And they certainly did a few of the things that I requested in an update. So love developers like that.
Yeah, it's nice when they're responsive.
Well, I'll raise you from a real director to a Splice, which works on the iPad, but it's really an iPhone or iPod touch tool. It's another video editor. It comes in a couple of different flavors because you can get a free version that's got a pretty cool feature set, and it also comes with add-ons. So it's the add-ons within the application. Really neat, simple video editing straight from your iPhone or iPod.
Sorry, Andrew, what's it called?
Splice.
Splice. Okay.
And what
$2.49 in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
$100 a Kiwi. What add-ons do you get?
There's a variety of different sort of transition-y bits and alike that you can put in there. Now, I haven't pursued those with any degree of speed, but it's a really nice, straightforward video editor, and it's actually pretty quick in the rendering department as well.
Excellent. Who was saying before that they had a couple of iPad 2s?
That was me, Deon.
Have you noticed a big difference in speed for things like rendering?
I haven't had a chance to do it yet.
Okay.
As I said, I got them yesterday, so no, I haven't had to play with that side of things.
But that's where you'd expect to see some improvements, though, isn't it? With
You would definitely hope so.
just the sheer number crunching stuff like rendering.
Yep.
Yeah, sweet. Excellent. Well, I will piggyback on the back of all of those video apps then and say iTimelapse. iTimelapse is an app that lets you use your phone to do stop motion video. Shouldn't say phone, device, iOS device, to do stop motion video, and it exports out as a finished movie file. I haven't actually used it much with kids at the moment because it's fairly new for me, but I have attached it to the dash of my car in the GPS cradle and driven along and taken a every couple of seconds, and then watched back a 1 minute version of a 3-hour drive somewhere. So I think it has lots of potential in terms of, you could do, watching plants grow or watching the eggs hatch of the chickens in year 3 or whatever. I think it has some interesting potential.
Now, can I jump in on a biology theme?
Yeah.
Since you've brought chickens up.
I love the way the segues just keep going here.
Well, that's what I thought. I'd have to say that my absolute favourite biology app is virtual frog dissection.
Ah, yeah.
And they now have virtual rat dissection as well.
Is that on the iPad?
It's on the iPad, and it's an absolute stunner. Really good example of simulation. Goes through the whole wet lab process, and they're forever adding bits in, like they've added in videos and quizzes and types of frogs, and presumably they'll do this for the rat as well. But a really, really good tool for senior biology and middle school biology.
Nice. It's the one called Frog Dissection. That's all it's called.
Frog dissection, yep. It's virtual because there's no sort of squeaky and messy bits there.
You can't top
No
that.
sounds.
No, I like that. Have you actually had kids using that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's effective?
It is effective because they can basically repeat the dissection 10, 15 times before they actually have to go and do it, if that's part of it. And that's, again, what I'm also looking forward to with the rat dissection is that they'll be able to go through and practice it and then also go and revise it later.
But the big question is, does it make the kids squeal?
No, and it doesn't have that really endearing smell of dissected animal.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And the boys can't take bits and go and throw them at the girls either.
No, and if they throw my iPad, I'll be very grumpy.
Nice. Excellent. That's a good one. I've seen that, but I haven't got it until now. It's now downloading. Rightio. Allanah, I think we're back to you.
Back to me. What have I got next? Puppet Pals.
You stole mine. Okay, go on.
Oh, sorry. It's the top of the round robin, eh?
It's going to happen.
The bad thing is that it doesn't export as anything, but you get
The new version does, I believe.
does it?
Yeah, I took an update on that the other day. I haven't played with it yet, but I did notice it said in the log files that one of the new features is it now exports as a finished movie file.
Lovely. When I get my iPod back, I'll go for it. iPad, not on anything else. I bought a few of the extras in it. No, the extra scenarios of characters and backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do the zombies one, but everything else is great. and the applications are endless, only limited by your imagination, really.
Tell us about what it does for those who don't know.
Oh, sorry. So you get some characters and you get some backgrounds, and you click, click, click to select them, and then you push the red button, which means record, and you talk and move the characters, and then it just plays back as a movie. But what I did do with the old version, I just got my phone and I recorded the video as it played to export it. But it was great. It's got an export feature to it. Really good. Getting kids to speak who are not very good at speaking, practicing a foreign language, all good stuff.
Cool. Yeah, it is very impressive. I like that app a lot. I've had kids play with that and they love it. Alrighty. Who went next? Was it Deon?
Yep, I'll go. I'll actually talk about the app that I'm using right now to keep a track of all of these apps that everyone's talking about. It's called Sling Note on the iPad. Mm-hmm. One of the most probably unique apps that you're going to get for an iOS device. It's a web browser and a note taker in one. You open it up and you've got two panels. You can actually have two web browser panels open at the same time, or you can have a web browser on the left and a notepad on the right, and you hit capture. So I'm looking at the Puppet Pals app info now. I hit capture, I draw a circle around a part of the screen, and then I just drag that bit onto my notepad, and it gives me a lovely little image on my notepad, and if I double tap on it, it tells me the URL of that little snip that I've just taken off. So essentially you're slinging things out of a web browser onto your notepad. It's also got a calculator built in as well. It's brilliant. I've had a few kids use this who on an iPad. It's only an iPad app. Last year, a few students who were used to using iPod Touches who used it with an iPad and just said, "I'm getting an iPad just because of this." As a way of researching, it's second to nothing as far as using the device for easily and quickly getting a whole compilation of stuff, and the fact that it takes the URL for them as well without them having to think about it is another killer for kids in middle school who always forget to reference. So Sling Note.
Cool. Okay.
That's good.
Note taking. Yeah, I've been using Evernote. Not totally convinced I've got my head around Evernote yet, but I'll have a look at that one. Sling Note.
Sharing with Evernote's useful, but shared notebooks aren't visible in the iPad version yet, I don't believe.
Okay.
So far, yeah.
All right. Andrew.
Well, I'd leap now to one of my next favourite ones, and it's one I make huge use out of, which is iThoughts HD.
Yes.
And as as mind mapping tools go, and I use a variety of them on PCs and alike, this is one of the simplest, easiest, and most manipulable mind mapping, brainstorming, graphical organisers that I've yet to find. Mm-hmm. Really, really enjoy it. And it becomes actually my planning tool of choice. Mm-hmm. Really simple to use, easy to edit, and the export functions are just amazing. If you send it out as an email, that was loud, it will send it out in about 12 different flavours. So it really covers pretty much all the bases.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And as you say, the export options are astounding. Takes the out to anything. Even OPML, which will basically import back into almost anything.
Yep. So the list is PNG, PDF files, MMs, so that's mind maps. It'll do it as Mind Manager, Concept Draw, Genius. It's just...
Oh. I think we lost Allanah momentarily then. And we've got Amanda. Amanda and Allanah just... Allanah disappeared, Amanda came. It's like they're the same person. They've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Amanda. Welcome to the podcast. Allanah King was with us. She'll probably come back momentarily. I'll just drag her back in. But we've also got Deon Scanlon, who you no doubt know from Tasmania.
Yes, I know of Deon. Hi, Deon.
And,
how you going?
And Andrew Churches from over in Auckland.
Yes, I've met Andrew when I was on the study tour 2 years ago.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Nice to talk to you again, Andrew.
It's a small world. And Allanah looks like she's back with us, yes?
Oh, cool.
Sorry about that. I should have had Do Not Disturb. I've got another phone call.
Right, no worries.
Thank you for reminding me.
No worries. And Andrew, you were just finishing up there telling us about iThoughts HD, which is...
Yeah, it just the variety that you can export it into, and the fact that when you send it out as an email, it's got it as a bullet-pointed list to start with. Then it's got the embedded JPEG image or PNG image, and then whatever else you wanted. Makes it really, really, really portable.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few people who say they're really into mind mapping, and they've tried just about every mind mapping app on the iPad, and they ultimately always come back to iThoughts HD.
Mm-hmm. It's $12.99 in Australia for the iPad and $9.99 for the iPhone version.
Yeah, it's not super cheap, but it is very, very good.
And, you know, I'm glad I paid what I paid for it, and I have no qualms about recommending it.
And your check is in the mail, Andrew.
But as Brett Moller said on a previous podcast when we were talking about this stuff, you know, and someone mentioned a $25 app, and we all went, ooh, and he said, isn't it kind of strange? $25 now seems like an expensive app.
Yeah. I've blogged about that at some point in the past, I think. Yeah. Just the whole idea that that iOS apps are making us really tight, you know, and people go, oh, no, I'm not spending $10 on that. When, you know, 3 years ago, we would have gone and spent $150 on a piece of software without thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For our desktop computer or whatever.
Yep.
That's very true.
Yep.
And, you know, and for schools, you know, well, they're hitting that challenge now with apps that we're being forced to pay for every single one that we for every device we want to use it on. Yeah. So, you know, people are also, we used to for a year or so, a couple of years of buying one app, you know, 99 cents and putting it on 60 devices. And now we've got to pay $60 for it. What? No way. You're going to send us broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Just quick comment. I'm rendering something in Real Director on the iPad 2, and it's churning through really quickly.
Oh, good.
Okay. I can flick within multitasking to other apps. The rendering stops though, but when I come back into it, it just keeps churning through from where it was up to. So it's pretty nifty. Mind you, I'd say it's got something to do with Sling Note crashing twice while I've been using it. Because it's running this rendering process in the background and stopping. I reckon it's taking up a lot of processor sort of speed. So, yeah. Anyway, it's nearly finished this probably 3-minute video that I've done, and it's taken a couple of minutes.
All right. Amanda, we'll let you off the hook for the moment, but basically
we're
just going around the room and people are picking some of their favourite apps and talking about how they work and what they do.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying I've downloaded Real Director, but I haven't used it yet.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we just had Andrew. Where are we up to? Allanah? No, Deon.
You.
No, I think
Me. Okay. All right. Okay, I got. I'm just updating it, so I can't actually open it while I'm talking. But it's called Earthquake, and it basically is a live, up-to-date earthquake feed of all the earthquakes that are happening around the world.
There'd be a lot of business over here, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. But it's a topical topic, and I'm just doing the update now, and apparently the new update includes not only earthquakes, but things like tsunamis as well.
Yeah, right.
So, but basically it's a live feed from the US Geological Survey. So when I looked at it a moment ago, before I hit the update button, it told me that there was a 2.1 earthquake in Crete about 11 minutes ago. And so on and so on. And it's actually amazing how often earthquakes happen around the world. You sort of hear about the big ones, but they're happening every couple of minutes somewhere. And this gives you a live feed, and you can click on each of the earthquakes in the list, and it will then take you over to a map and show you where it happened and give you some further details about it. So that could be quite useful.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd have some Year 2 boys who would love that app.
Excellent. Destructive, are they?
Oh, no, just very interested, obviously, in earthquakes at the moment.
Yeah. Amanda, are you ready for one, or do you want us to go around the horn again?
Well, I don't know what you've mentioned.
Pick one and we'll tell you.
I suppose it was more iPhone, although I was going to use it on my iTouch, that I saw last night was Zapped.
No, haven't mentioned it. Go for it.
ZAPD, Zapped. I think it's only just relatively new, and basically it allows you to create a website on your iPhone. Simple as that, and it's free.
Where does it publish to?
Actually, I don't know. I only saw it really briefly last night. I'll just try and pull it up because I've raced in. My iPad is downstairs and iPhone's also down there. Where does it publish to? I've got absolutely no idea.
But it does go to the web somewhere, does it?
It goes to the web somewhere.
Okay. And then generates a URL.
Yes, and so, for example, I had a very short mini excursion down to the waterfront at Manly yesterday. If I'd have known about it, midday, I actually would have had children using the iTouches to take photos, and then they could just automatically choose a theme for their website and simply upload them with a little bit of text, and there you go. And you can.
Well, you might be interested in the very first app we talked about before you joined us, which I'm not going to tell you the name of because now you have to go back and listen. But it will do exactly what you're suggesting there.
Just having a look on the Zap website, you can have a look at some recent creations, and it's creating URLs. This one's called d8n.zapped.co. So I'd say we're it's uploading it to a Zapped server space.
Yeah, that figures.
I've got one for you.
Great.
Fire away.
That would have to be my next all-time favourite, which is Goodreader. Which gives us a file system for the iPad, and it's just something that is sorely missing. I think when we have even iOS 4. Whatever it is now, that is definitely something that I'm missing. The ability to name files, move them, delete them, put in folders, organise, and so much more, because it also does the PDF reading. It will open documents, upload and download. So that, I think, is an absolute.
It's a must.
Cornerstone, yeah.
Yeah, anyone who comes to me and says, I've just got an iPad, what apps can you recommend? That's always the top of the list, yeah. Goodreader.
Its ability to scan an email address that you put in for attachments is awesome in a school. When you've got kids with one-to-one iPods, they just enter their email address and their password, and then every single time I email them a document for an assignment or whatever it is, they don't even need to go to their mail. They just jump into Goodreader and find the attachment and download it, and they've got it offline. And when you're providing kids with internet access at school, but many kids don't have wireless internet access at home on their iPods, that everything they can take home offline using Goodreader. It's been the saviour at our school for equity's sake. Yeah.
And the other big thing about it, and I guess, I don't know, I've always had trouble with it doing it on the school network, but it just works beautifully on a home network, is the fact that you can put it into a mode where it becomes its own wireless web server. And then it shows up on the Mac anyway. I don't know how it works on Windows, but on the Mac it shows up as a drive on the desktop, and you can just drag files to it.
Yeah, well, I haven't done that yet.
So it's
like either.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's just like it becomes a USB drive or something, and you drag stuff onto it, and then close the connection, and you're away. So
that's very cool.
Yep.
Very, yeah.
Deon,
I'll
off you
talk
go.
about possibly my favourite iOS app, and I discovered it a few years ago on the iPhone, was type drawing.
It is
Creative
good.
app that's incredibly unique. It actually comes from an old web app from years ago, but essentially the basis is it's a drawing app, but you type some text, you enter some text in, and then when you draw, the text follows your finger. So shape poems are made in the most amazingly simple way, and it is just unbelievable. They've now got a designated iPad version, which I hadn't downloaded. I just did a minute ago because I just not got around to it, but it does the most amazing things. And you can also import an image into the background. So one of the things that the kids in my class do with their digital stories is they use a drawing app, say Brushes, to create an image. They then save that to their photos. They open up type drawing, import their photo into it, and then put the text on it using type drawing. And you can, you can set it so the faster you move your finger, the larger the text goes. If you move your finger really slowly, it makes it really small. And and then you can import that or send that to your photos, and then put it into Sonic Pics or Real Director or any of the dozens of slideshow makers that you can get. But it's brilliant because it's all about this sort of kinesthetic thing and hands-on drawing words with your fingers. Kids absolutely love it, and it looks brilliant.
Okay. And the name again was?
Type drawing.
Type drawing. I'll have to try
Type
that
drawing.
out on Monday.
I can hear the
awesome.
Year 2 teacher getting excited there.
Oh, yeah.
It's very good.
Kids of all ages love it. There's also a web app which is nowhere near as good, because on the web app you draw with your mouse and you don't see the words until you let go of the mouse and then they appear. Whereas on the iPod Touch, and again I've not used it on the iPad other than the iPod version, it's a really beautiful piece of design.
I
Okay.
have to agree with you.
Talking of cameras, I can segue to me. I love HDR Pro.
Yes.
I think it's just a stunner for taking photographs. And I presume, Deon, it would work on an iPod Touch?
Again, I don't have an iPod Touch with the camera built into it, but hey, I could try it on the iPad too.
Oh,
Yeah.
go on then. You do that.
Sorry, did I just mention it again? Am I? I'll download it.
I've used that on the iPod Touch. It works great.
Oh,
That
great.
works beautifully.
And with that is PhotoGene for editing. I think that's the best of the editors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, love it. PHOTOGENE. What do you use, Chris? You do something else, don't you?
I've been using Photo Plus, the one that Lisa Bettany put together, and I've found that very good.
I use
I've got it, but I just...
the Adobe Photoshop Express.
Photoshop Express. Yeah, that's the other one I use a lot.
It's good because it's free.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's tons of good photo apps. I mean, you can just do a whole spiel about just photo apps.
I've just bought my Glyph photo tripod attachment, which is way cool, and I'm going to play with the long shutter, slow shutter release. That's the thing that should be good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Allanah. The HDR Pro is excellent, and the Photoshop Express is really useful as well. Nice.
Who's next?
Who's next?
To be honest,
I just did type drawing, so it's probably someone else's turn.
Well, I'll jump in. And I'll just, before I actually do mine, I just want to piggyback on two things you guys said before when we were talking about Goodreader. The other thing that works amazingly well with Goodreader and is also in the must-have category would have to be Dropbox.
Yes, definitely.
got that.
Dropbox has just become the most amazingly useful thing to have on all your computers and all your iOS devices. And it works with... I've got a little app running on my Mac because none of my computers are connected to printers other than my iMac. So I'm running a little thing there called Printopia, which runs a little kind of a Wi-Fi server thing on the desktop machine and lets me print to my home printer from any iOS device, which is kind of neat.
Wow.
Say that again slowly.
Yes, what's the name of that one?
So I don't need a special printer. I'm just using my normal printer that I've had for years.
Yes.
I'm running an app on the iMac called Printopia,
Printopia.
and then it's like a print driver, but that lets my printer show up on all my iOS devices, so I can use the print function on the iPad and the iPhone to print to my home printer.
Wow.
So that's pretty handy. But it's also got another mode in it where you can print to Dropbox. And what it does is if I'm sitting downstairs somewhere and I see something interesting that I want to keep, I can actually hit the print button and it'll send a printed version of that to Printopia on the upstairs computer, convert it to PDF and dump it into Dropbox. And so within probably 30 seconds, I then flip over to Dropbox and look, and there's the PDF version
That's
sitting in Dropbox
PDF.
waiting for me. It's very neat.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good workflow.
That's really cool.
So, I just want to throw that in there about Dropbox and some of the extra functionality you get with Dropbox because it really is pretty neat.
A couple of things with Dropbox. I know that Jenny Ashby in Bendigo uses it on all of her kids', I think their one-to-one iPad program.
Yes.
And all the kids have the same Dropbox account on their devices. So if she puts something into Dropbox for the kids, it just automatically comes up on all of their iPads rather than having to get them to collect it separately,
Right.
which is a great thing. I also had one of my grade 9 students tell me, he came to me and said, when you put Dropbox on the list of apps that we all download, you should have put it as a referral, because if you refer Dropbox to someone who gets it, you get an extra 250 megabytes of download. I don't know if that works with the downloading the app for an iPod Touch.
It does. Yeah.
It does? Okay.
Oh, no, actually, I don't know about that.
I'm not sure how that would work. Anyway, if it did, he was saying, just think of all the extra space you would have had with 270 kids downloading this app and an extra 250 megabytes per kid.
Well, just to add to that, there is a page on the Dropbox site somewhere, and I should find the URL and put it in the show notes, that if you've got an education email account, so as long as it's got .edu in it somewhere, and it doesn't have to be the email you use to register your Dropbox account, you just have to prove you own the account, they will actually double all of those referral amounts for you.
Oh, really?
So I'm up to nearly 10 gigabytes of space so far.
Yeah, because that's if you tweet every half hour and try and get people to join up that way.
I do tweet occasionally. If you're not on Dropbox yet, you might like to try this and send out a referral link. That's okay.
Yeah. And sponsored by Dropbox.
Yeah.
Are any of you using clickers in the classroom?
No.
Well, I've got one for you then. If you've ever wanted to get a class set of those clickers, that'll cost you a considerable amount of money, eClicker, and that's eClicker host will cost you $13.99 New Zealand, and it will support up to, I think, 32 different iPod Touches, iPhones, iPads connecting to it and collate all the information.
That's neat.
So if you want a personal response system and you don't want to spend vast amounts of money and your kids have access to iPod Touches, this is a stunner.
Is there a desktop version of it as well?
Not that I've found, and I have looked.
Because we're in a one-to-one school, so the kids don't all have iOS devices, but they do have computers.
It probably would be because there probably is, because you are connecting through a web address. Essentially, it makes your iPod or my iPad, when I set it up as the host, it gives out the IP address and you connect to that HTTP and you jump on in and off you go and it sends stuff backwards and forwards. So it's very useful. It's got a huge variety of questions that you can put in. You can then, particularly if you had an iPad 2 with the full video sharing, you could then smack it straight up onto a projector or onto a screen and the kids could go through and see what their votes sit at the time.
Is there a free-form vote? I mean, rather than just like ABC multiple choice, is there like they can type a word in and have the word come up?
Yes, there is.
Excellent.
So you do have an opportunity for some degree of response, but it will go through with the A's, the B's, the yes, no, true, false, and actually give you graphs of the kids' responses as well.
Oh, good. And that's in the not the client software, but what do they call it? The host software.
Yeah.
Ah, excellent.
I use a web app called Question Press for that. That's created by a guy called Alan DeGenna who lives. He's a teacher in Alaska, and he just created this because he could and he likes doing it. It's a little bit more pricey. It's $24 US for a 35 user account, but it has a responder interface that is set up specifically for iPod Touches. But you can also do it on a desktop or on a laptop as well, because it's all via the web. It doesn't require any email accounts or anything to log into, so security is really great. And Alan is awesome here. We've created all sorts of amazing tools in here, and I'm emailing him all the time with suggestions. You can even upload things from your device. So there's an upload facility where you can actually send like a photo or something like that back to the person who's presenting. You can insert images as responses as well to questions via URLs and all those kinds of things. I'm actually sort of co-presenting a session on it with Alan via Skype at Slide to Learn in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
Actually talking about not only Question Press, but about other response devices. He'll talk about eClicker as well, because he will have used and sort of researched that as well as part of his invention of Question Press. But very, very useful. The pricing schemes are great because you can have 35 users, so a decent class of kids using it at once. But there's also, you can poll 350 people. So there's some really simple facilities that you can have a large number of access to it. But to have a 95 user account, $66 a year, which isn't a high price at all for what you get.
That's good.
Yeah.
Stu Hassick, who's a teacher in New South Wales, he's pretty well known in the Department of Education system here.
Yeah.
He recently wrote a thing called Student Response Network, or SRN client, which is also available for the iPad iPhone. iPod iPhone. I don't think it's an iPad. I could be wrong. And same deal. You get a client piece of software that you install on the teacher's computer, and then the kids can all have you get the host on the teacher's computer, and then the clients are all free, and the kids can have them on their phones. And they can vote and whatnot in that way. So there seems to be a few of those sort of student response things coming out now.
Yeah.
I have to make one correction on eClicker. No, apparently you don't get free-form answers in there. I've just went back and
Only
checked.
multiple choice, right?
Only multiple choice, so the variations on that.
Fair enough. Now, if I'd have had my head screwed on right, I would have started a Google Doc and we could have taken notes about this as we went along, but that's okay. I'll do it later. I'll listen to it.
Yeah, because I can't, because I've got the new version of Skype, I can't add anything into the chat. It's not supported.
Oh, really?
So it's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it does say that now, Chris. It's actually,
Because I didn't upgrade. So I'm letting you all down.
Remember, I told you, it says at the bottom here, this is a legacy conversation from an old Skype client.
Yeah.
Sending messages is not supported.
Oh, well.
Because the messages now are integrated in the call.
Yeah, it's pretty crook when plain text becomes legacy. Anyway,
I don't
what are we up to? Amanda, what do you got?
Well, I don't know what else you've mentioned. I guess I heard you talk about all the your digital storytelling apps. I know one that's pretty. See, in my class, when we're not 1-to-1, we're only 1 to 21. They're using my iPhone or my iTouch or my iPad. But my kids have just recently got into QR codes, so the Neo Reader is very popular with them at the moment, and obviously using Kawa on the desktop. So they're creating QR codes for everything, actually.
What are they doing with it? Because these are your two kids. What do they do with them?
Well, I actually got the idea from Tom Barrett in the UK, but I mean I've used them before, just so like at Easter time, where if I want to do an Easter egg hunt, and I have clues spread throughout the school and their QR codes, and the kids are just moving around, and it's just a bit of fun. But I'm using them now because I've got little ones, and some of them are still struggling to find a particular website, even though it might be bookmarked on the desktop. So we've just gone along and created a QR code for all of our frequently used websites, and the kids I've downloaded QR Reader onto all the desktops, the laptops at school, and just using your little inbuilt camera, kids hold up the QR code, it takes them, brings up directly the website, and they just click on it, and there they go. And I'm finding that, as Tom did, that it just works beautifully for little people, because as you can imagine, it takes them forever to type in even just if they're looking for mathletics, to type that into Google if they can't find it on the desktop. And yeah, or
So Amanda, but that only works on the PC, though, doesn't it?
No, I've got them on Mac and PC.
Have you
So-
ever scouring the internet trying to find that? That's very cool.
Yeah, I've downloaded QR Reader onto all the laptops, and then we're just using, and obviously if they're using the phone, my iPhone or the iTouch, that we're just using Neo Reader. Yeah,
And
but
Amanda, speaking of athletics that you just mentioned, someone said to me recently, the iPads would be really great for our little kids if only they had mathletics. And I did a search on the word mathletics, and sure enough, there is a mathletics app.
there is an app. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it doesn't connect to the kid's mathletics account.
Ah, is that what it is?
It's like a standalone thing. However,
However,
there is an app now. I can't remember what it's called. I've forgotten. Sorry, off the top of my head. That now allows you to access Flash sites. Does anyone know what that's called?
oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw it the other day too. Can't think
Let
of
me. Yeah, I'll find you the name and I'll give you the name because I emailed it to a parent who was saying, "I wish my kid could access mathletics on his."
Yeah,
Here we
because mathletics is just your live, mathletics live.
You would
That
think,
it
though, that
takes
with
the
with the enormous popularity of the iPad, especially for little kids, and the popularity of mathletics, you'd think that someone at mathletics is going to have to be working overtime to try and figure this out, wouldn't you?
I read that this morning.
Oh, did you?
Actually, from somebody who was talking to them as well. That apparently they're on it. iSwifter is the name of this app.
That's it. Yes.
iSwifter, and apparently Mathletics works nicely through it, so you can actually log into your account. The only problem is, though, what happens is when you access something that requires a text input, it brings up the keyboard on your screen, and so the keyboard overlaps
Gets in the way.
a lot of what's on the screen, so you can't actually see some of the questions. So this person was using an iPad, and I loaned them external keyboard. And she said it was good, but iSwifter only works in landscape mode, not portrait mode. So she couldn't actually put it on the dock. So you'd need a Bluetooth keyboard or an extension of your dock connector, so that you could actually use it really well. But she said it all works fine. It's just that logistic of the keyboard, the external keyboard having to plug into portrait mode.
Is that all that iSwifter does? Just allow Flash content?
Yeah, and apparently I was talking to a teacher down here who has an iPad trial of about 50 iPads in grade 8s, and he was saying that that there are some things that don't work through it. Like, I'm not sure what the logistics were, and I've not actually even used it. I haven't downloaded it, but yeah.
How on earth did that get through the Apple iStore approval process?
I don't know. Interesting. I should have a look and see if there's any news about it, but yeah.
Get it while you still can.
Well, yeah, I mean, interesting. Maybe it just does point towards the fact that Apple really actually aren't trying to prevent people from accessing Flash-based stuff, but that that they just can't be stuffed trying to work and provide Adobe
Flash,
with.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, Oh, look, I'm not a big fan of those kinds of apps anyway. There's sort of a lot of bells and whistles for a lot of them where. Yeah, mind you, when you can access so many things in Flash free on the internet, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Is it possible to run an Adobe Air app on an iDevice?
Interesting. Don't know.
Don't know.
Any examples of a web app?
I've never seen any. But Air is related to Flash. I just wondered if that was also in the blacklist box. Okay. All right, I have no idea where we're up to, so I think Amanda was last.
Me. Yeah.
So we'll go back to Allanah.
Amanda and I, we really like talking Tomcat, don't we?
Yes.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I put a tweet out before saying, anyone got any recommendations? And that was one that came back on the Twitter.
I have a great deal of pleasure of beating the Tomcat up.
Yes, that's what my 3-year-old granddaughter does too.
I mean, it's just lovely. And for those who don't know, he copies what you say, and...
I hate those things.
Like the talking hamster.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl, what's that called? Smack talk. Oh, my wife loves it. I hate it.
But interestingly...
For kids to appreciate how much fun it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is fun. But
Yeah.
interestingly, Maria Nee, the kindergarten teacher in New Hampshire, has a little Downs girl this year, and she was non-communicative at the beginning of their school year, and so Maria got an iPad to use with her, and just something like Talking Tom, where her peers would say something, and then it would obviously Tom would repeat. That actually got her talking.
Yeah.
So, it does have a place, even though
For sure.
it's fun. Yeah.
Personal problem with it, but can definitely see the benefits in that early education and special needs. Yeah, without a doubt.
Well, I'd like to jump up to the other end of the school, and I would like to throw in the iWork suite of tools.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
And while Keynote I'm a little bit disappointed in Keynote. Numbers and Pages have both exceeded expectations. And in fact, I've written all of my parts of the book on iPad apps on Pages on the iPad.
On the iPad.
That's a
Very
very
appropriate.
isn't it?
It is, and it does everything I've wanted to do. It puts the whole lot together, emails them as PDF or Pages or .doc format.
Yep.
I can embed pictures in it, tables, the whole lot. So I have to say that and Numbers exceeded expectations. Keynote, decidedly.
I love the way in Numbers how you can create a form to feed a spreadsheet,
Yeah,
which is great.
very cool.
I actually was trying to do an inventory of some stuff, and I downloaded Bento, which is the database app. And I thought it was nice, it was good, it did everything I wanted, except I didn't have any way of getting it out of the app unless I went and bought the big full version of Bento on the desktop, which is completely not what I needed to do. But when I looked at Numbers, I was really impressed that you can do virtually the same thing. Create a form, fill it in, and it populates a spreadsheet, which is exactly what I wanted.
Sounds, yeah. I quite like Pages. I actually quite like it as a marking tool when kids can send it to me or come and drop it on my computer, and then I drag them all across via iTunes. I can sit up in bed with my iPad and read all their work and, annotate and stick circles around things and all of that kind of stuff.
Are you a Mac school?
Yeah. Goodreader is also excellent for annotating PDFs and being able to do that and then shoot them back to someone and say, here, have a look at this.
Yep. Very good. Good recommendation. Yeah, I that should be something on every iPad as well. The iWork suite. Definitely. That was Andrew, wasn't it?
That was me.
Deon.
Okay, let's talk audio note.
Very cool.
Yeah, I came up with a really innovative use for it, but it hasn't quite worked out, and I need to get in touch with the developers. But Audio Note, Microsoft Word can do this. It's basically you hit the record button and it records audio, and while you type and draw on it, it maps the content that you place into it with the audio. So once you've finished recording, you can go back and go, oh, I wonder why I wrote the word chicken there, and you touch the word chicken, and it takes you to that part of the audio that was being spoken when you type or when you wrote the word chicken.
It's kind of like a non-pen version of Lightscribe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. It's only a couple of dollars. There's an iPad. I think it's actually a iPad iPhone app, so you don't have to. You don't have to buy a particular version. But what I came up with here was using it to again for proofreading, kids writing at school. If they do something digitally, I can copy and paste the text into Audio Note, and instead of recording something while I'm typing it, I actually edit while I'm speaking. So you hit record and you go and annotate their work and you say, oh, this word is spelt wrong, and whack a circle around it at the same time. And the kids can actually then come and have a look at it on your iPad and go through it and actually have you explaining to them what's wrong with their work as video. So they can actually watch your thing play through and watch you make the changes. To export it, you can't export it as a movie file. So if you export it as an audio file with a PDF. So they don't get real-time images, but they can still sit there, and if you're careful, you can, maybe you number things and say number 1 and number it on their work, and they can look at a PDF, they can listen to the audio, and then, annotate it make corrections on a laptop if they're doing it that way. So brilliant use. Just needs that export as a video to be perfect for how I'd like to use it.
That is nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're back to me, so I'll go for one here. It's kind of a solar walk. It's a 3D solar system model. So you can zoom around the solar system. You can look at planets and sort of spin things around and watch the planets revolving around the sun. You can set the speed of that revolution to take place by the second, by the minute, by the hour, by the day, by the year. And it's actually a pretty neat way to sort of investigate the universe. In 3D.
Sounds interesting. What's it called again? Solar Walk.
Solar Walk, I think.
Yep.
Let me just close it again. And Solar Walk. It's pretty cool. I can see it getting a lot of use in science classes. And I think, it's about year 4 or something, you do the solar system, I think, in the schools. Yeah.
We get a bit of it in year 7 too, actually.
Yeah.
The Australian curriculum now, there's the concept of spinning, the rotation and all that kind of stuff is actually now pushed. It was grade 4. It used to be something that was done in grade 4, and now it's grade 7.
Huh. Yeah. Well, the other one that goes with that, I guess, is also Star Walk, which is that they've shown that one in the iPad ads on TV. It's the one where you hold your iPad up and point it to the night sky, and it automatically figures out which direction it's pointing and where you are in the world, and it overlays the sky with kind of an augmented reality layer to tell you the names of the stars and where the ecliptic is and all that kind of good gear. It's very neat.
Yeah, that Solar Walk looks really good. $3.99, and it's a multi-device app, so you don't need to buy a different version for your iPad and iPod.
Yeah. And it plays really nice ethereal music in the background while you
I presume you guys have all seen Comic Life for the Mac and the PC now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can get Comic Touch, obviously, for this, but I found one that's actually better than Comic Touch, which is Comic Strip. And it will do a single panel.
Here is all typing.
About 5 different images in a single panel, plus captions. It's got some stamps that you can chuck on there. And it's actually quite a nice, easy, straightforward one to use, to the extent that my 5-year-old makes his own comics.
Wow.
Is this Comic Strip CS, possibly?
Yes, it is Comic Strip CS.
$1.19, cheaper than Comic Touch.
Wow.
And to be honest,
So
I think
Comic Touch is Comic Life for the Touch, is that right?
Yeah.
It's only a single frame, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You don't get panels and things.
Whereas
Although I haven't looked at the iPad version.
5 panels.
But Comic Life is supposed to be coming out for the iPad, though, isn't it? I'm sure I read that somewhere.
Oh, right, really? Haven't
I hope
heard
so.
that.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Comic Life 2 has come out for the... There's an update for it for the Mac.
Yes, and that's where I saw it, because I only updated the other day, and I saw that it was coming for the iPad, which will be cool.
Oh, good. And speaking of comics, comic readers, and I've got one here from Marvel Comics, where you can download, you can either buy or you can download some freebies of comic strips, and it's a comic reader.
It's excellent.
It is excellent. What I love about it is that you don't have to just look at the entire page and sort of scan through it manually with your eyes. You can put it into a mode where it zooms in on certain sections and actually just follows the action through the comic strip frame, almost like a storyboard. And it's kind of neat.
Yeah. So you swipe, isn't it? You swipe and it takes you to the next panel.
Yep.
As
All
opposed
part
to
of the panel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You can actually go like between speech bubbles within the same panel, so you can follow the action.
Talking about comics, I was just in iTunes and I actually searched for Comic Life in iTunes, and 3 of the 6 iPhone apps are Archie comics for the iPhone. So there's Archie and Friends.
It's a great comic reader.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if, actually I've not looked into it, if there's a way that you can create comics that are readable in it yourself.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, we can now do EPUB versions from all the Mac tools.
Is that like a virtual hotel that you go to? An EPUB?
Sorry, the EPUB.
Wow.
Life has really got boring if we need an EPUB.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to step out for a minute, guys.
No worries.
I'll be back very shortly.
So I think we're back to Amanda. Well, this might be our last go around because we've just gone for. Gosh, where does the hour go?
Yeah.
We'll just do one more round and we'll wrap it up. But
Alrighty.
guys, we could do this. We could talk about this for hours. There's just so much cool stuff for these devices.
There is, and I've learned so much because I'm realising how much I don't know. Yeah. Well, again, another one mine that mine love to play with is Playtime Theatre and Puppet Pals. So just the Playtime Theatre in particular, allowing them to basically choose their backdrop. They can go and choose how many characters they want. They can change the costumes. And once they've got everything where they want, they then obviously choose. I had them storyboard beforehand, but then they just go and narrate in and go scene by scene, and then it creates a little movie which can then be exported.
Nice. And that's like Puppet Pals, is it?
It's like Playtime Theatre. Yeah, mine actually prefer it to Puppet Pals at the moment.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Allanah,
I've got two that sort of go together.
go for it.
I go two. So you're out at your EPUB, and you meet the man of your dreams, and you have to bump with him. So you swap your details via bump, and then you go to iBeer, and you have a beer together, and life is sweet. Full stop. There you go, guys.
Excellent.
Well, I'd like to finish with one that I use with my younger two boys who are learning. Yeah, they're doing reasonably well on maths, and it's Mathboard.
Okay.
Mathboard. And while I'm not a huge fan of rote learning and the like, this is a repetition tool that allows you to select your operator types. It gives them the kids multi-choice tests, and basically they can have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square roots, cubes, cube root. There's a number of questions they're allowed. You can switch on negatives. You can have minimums and maximums set for the size of the number.
Your 5-year-old enjoys that, Andrew?
Actually, strangely enough, he does, partly because I use it as bribing to get onto the more fun things like they really enjoys, like Plants versus Zombies.
Or real racing.
I haven't given him real racing because he still hasn't worn out Plants versus Zombies, but he does fight with his brother and sister over access to it. But Mathboard, I would really recommend. It's a great little repetition tool.
Okay.
And
how much is that one, do you know?
It's not huge.
$5.99 Australian, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it comes up like a chalkboard.
It's been really handy finding out about all this stuff because I know our school, and I assume many other schools, are looking at these devices and trying to figure out where they fit into education. And just knowing that there's so much great stuff available for them is really useful. Deon is not back?
No,
not back. So I'm going to throw one in here, and I'm going to do what Allanah did. I'm going to piggyback two things together and find a tenuous link between them. So the TED app. The TED Talks of just being able to listen in on some of the world's great ideas from really bright people who see the world in really interesting ways. The TED app is a great little app to just browse those videos, get them all in one place. I also noticed recently it has an offline mode, so you can actually pick 2 or 3 videos and download them for later viewing, which is great if you have a Wi-Fi only iPad like me and don't have the 3G, so you can watch these things on the train going to work, which is really neat. And the tenuous link that I'm going to throw in is for another app called iPrompt Pro.
Oh, goody.
Saw Dean Shareski using this when he did his presentation for K-12 Online. And the tenuous link is that it's good for helping people make speeches, like you do in TED Talks. You can take any... You like that?
It is tenuous.
You can take any text document, drop it into iPrompt Pro, and when you hit the roll button, it actually scrolls that text in big white letters on a black background up the screen. So really useful for kids who are giving, they're making a video or something and someone has to talk to a camera. where the second kid can just stand right next to the camera, hold the iPad up, and the text scrolls up the screen. You can control the speed of it so that it's not going too fast or too slow, and it looks like the student is remembering what they're supposed to say. So
Oh, wow.
really
What's that one called?
iPrompt Pro. And I think it's a freebie.
Cool.
I like the idea of using that with a little kid who needs to improve their fluency.
Yep.
Yes.
So that you read it slowly, and then you can just sort of slowly build it up, so the kids can learn to flow.
I haven't tried that. Have you actually tried that with the kids, starting slow and getting faster?
No, but I think that's my idea.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I've used it, but only purely because we've been doing some green screen movies this week, and obviously just so that they don't have to remember off by heart what they wanted to say. But that's a great idea, Allanah.
Okay, I've got an idea for an app. Is this the right forum for that? You know how you get
Sure.
coffee in 1,000 different places?
Yeah.
They will give you a loyalty card. You need a separate handbag to carry around your loyalty card.
Yeah.
What I want is like a QR code like they do for the New Zealand,
No, wait till the iPhone 5 comes out with the near field communication.
and you just scan it, and you don't have to carry around all this crap in your handbag.
Yeah, that's the way to do
I
it.
say,
Yeah, that's right. And all the coffee houses just have their own unique QR code, and you just scan it. They you say, "Oh, can I have the thing?" And they hold it up when you get your coffee, and you scan it.
and that's my contribution to the world.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I like it.
It'd be challenging to stop people from quick, instead of doing that, say, can I scan it, and actually just taking a photo of it and then going and scanning it 50 times and then coming back.
It's always the naysayers, isn't it?
No, I think it's a brilliant idea. I'm not saying nay. Actually, we shouldn't tell people that you can do that, and we might get a few free coffees.
Deon, you were away, but we just did a last round. But we could squeeze in one more last round if people wanted.
All right. Well, can I talk about one that I was actually asked by an occupational therapist to get for a student?
Yeah.
It's called Sound Amp. Now, this is a kid who, and we have them everywhere in our schools, who has auditory processing problems. Background noise in a classroom for this kid is preventing her from being able to pay attention and to actually, digest what's being said to her. So what Sound Amp basically does, and it's designed for people with hearing problems, is it's a live streaming microphone. You plug your headphones in, and it just records it and it makes the volume louder. Now, there's a cheap version which is $1.19, and you can record it as well, and which the cheap version only records 30 seconds or something. If you pay the $4 or $5 or whatever it is for the full version, you can also block out background noise. So it just cuts out frequencies below a certain level or something, so that any muttering and kid tapping on their desk and kicking and whispering in the background just goes.
So wait, let me get this straight. So the kid sits in class with the iPod,
With their iPod Touch on their desk.
with the earphones in.
With the
Headphone
earphones.
in.
Right.
Yep. And rather than, some schools are doing this now where the teacher walks around with a microphone plugged in and a speaker.
Yep.
Don't need to. Kids got the microphone and the headphones in, cuts out everything. So
the device itself is picking up the sound, the ambient sound from the room, processing the noise out of it, and feeding it to the kid through the headphones.
Yep.
Wow.
And there is practically, like, there's no noticeable delay either. So I've sat there listening to it and talking to myself in it, which, if you're talking to anything with a delay yourself, it's just wrong. It's too hard to be able to do. No impact on me whatsoever. So I haven't tried it yet, but this is the occupational therapist has asked us to do it. I've just got to deal with the student. But I've been one student that she's asked us to do with. I reckon there'd be 50 kids in our school so many kids that would be able to benefit from that. As a block out the background noise and just hear the teacher kind of thing.
Yeah, except for that kid at the back who's sort of rocking his head back and forth in time.
That's right.
What
He's got
listening
M&M. It's not me. But I guess the thing is too, they're going to have a little bit of extra volume in there. They can turn you down if they want. No, if the kid's falling asleep, shouting might hurt their ears. So,
Right.
But yeah, a lot of potential, I think,
really
in that.
Useful, yeah.
Yeah, special ed, and of course the other special ed one will be drag and dictation.
Yep.
But I can't get it to work at school.
Oh, really? I love drag and
New
dictation.
Zealand.
It's got proxy problems. Yeah.
It doesn't work in New Zealand because we can't download it because it's not in the right copyright zone.
Oh,
Oh, really? Now, it used to only be US. Now,
has it
just
changed?
came out on Australia store.
Yeah, it's in our store now.
No, but I actually. Oh, really? Will it understand what you're saying?
Oi.
I think Allanah and I have already had this joke, haven't we?
Okay, I would like to chuck one final one in before I have to go and feed my children.
No
It's
worries.
6 o'clock here. It's tea time, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, and that's Rory's Story Cubes.
yeah, love that.
Now, it's an absolutely stunning one that I use right the way through, from little kids right the way through to my seniors. Essentially, it's the equivalent of having dice with images on them, and you shake your iDevice, it rolls around and makes lovely clattering sounds, and then you tell the story from there.
Cool.
And it is seriously cool and cheap.
What a great idea.
Brilliant. Yeah, what are we, $2.49 here?
$2.49.
Yeah.
Got a obviously you
Tax
can buy
deductible.
these things, right? Obviously you can buy, like, it's got a little picture of a box with the little dice there. Yeah. That's great. That's excellent.
No, it's a real goodie.
Very,
Very
good.
good for doing icebreakers.
I like that idea. Very good. Very good. Andrew, we're going to let you go and tend to your children.
Yes, thank you very much.
The rest of us might go too, or we might do one more. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I'm not sure too, 'cause
We should probably go, but Andrew. Oh, Andrew's gone. He's
Gone.
disappeared. So I will.
Here he
I
is.
will just outro on Andrew's behalf. Andrew Churches is from Auckland, New Zealand. He's most well known for his work with the Educational Origami Project, and you can find just Google the word Ed Origami, and you'll find all of his wonderful work where he's taken the Bloom's taxonomy stuff and mapped it to digital tools. Anyone who hasn't seen that really needs to, because it's outstanding work, all backed up with research and everything else. So he's gone now, but he does some good stuff.
and I shall leave so you can say nice things about me.
All right. Well, you can tell us nice things about yourself. Where can we find you on the web? Allanah?
Good team. Thanks for the invite.
No worries. Twitter name?
Allanah K.
Allanah K. Allanah.
He says he can't.
Bye, Allanah.
See you,
Okay.
Allanah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, bye-bye.
And Deon_Scanlon on Twitter.
No underscore on Twitter. It's just Deon Scanlon.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's on. Yes. Okay, gotcha.
D and with an E. Deon.
Deonscanlon.
It's me.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You can
for
also
joining us.
I'll get one more plug. Sorry. You can also track us down on slidetolearn.ning.com.
Definitely.
I can't wait. What's it, 2 weeks?
2 weeks
I
from
take it you're
Monday.
going then, Amanda?
I am going, yes.
Well, I'm very envious.
Yeah.
It's the day before the Google Teacher Academy here in Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
I
Good luck
figured
with
I
that.
couldn't get up there and back, and
Yeah.
all too much.
That'll be great too. So I'll be keeping track of tweets from both places.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Thanks, Deon. I really appreciate you catching up, mate, and
You're welcome.
throwing in all your expertise on this stuff. It's much appreciated.
Been fun.
Yeah, it's been good.
Okay.
And Amanda,
Thank you, Chris.
no
I'm
worries.
sorry I came in late.
No worries. Thanks for coming in.
Yep,
And,
my pleasure.
On Twitter, you are Marrinan.
Marriagem. Yep.
Okay.
That's me.
MARRAGEM.
GEM. That's me.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
You going to ISTE this year?
I am going to ISTE, yes.
really?
So what is it? I leave in about 70 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you believe I will actually be in North America that week, but I don't know whether I can get to ISTE.
Oh,
I know.
I hope you can.
Yeah.
I'll be in New Hampshire for the 2 weeks leading up to ISTE. Yes.
Excellent. Live free or die.
No, it'll be good. Oh, cool. I'm going to be in Maria Nee's classroom for,
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
for thought to be a week, but with all the snow days they've had, it's probably going to be 2 weeks now. So that'll be great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Alrighty.
coming.
My pleasure. Have a great rest of the
See you
weekend.
later. No worries. Thanks, Amanda. Bye. So there you go. There's 48 of some recommended iPhone, iPod, iPad apps for education. And seriously, we could have kept going for hours if we'd had the time, but there was just so much great stuff out there for these devices. So grab some of it and have a look. Hope you enjoyed that episode. You can grab this one and all the rest over at www.virtualstaffroom.net. Thanks for listening. My name's Chris Betcher. See you next time. Well, g'day and welcome to the... start again. What's this podcast called again? Virtual Staff. Oh, that's right.
Can we have that one in as well at the end?
Possibly.